this may be one of the most deep and poignant Hallmark Christmas films that I've seen to date. I don't know how many times I welled up at The Christmas Secret. This film was released in 2014, and it has a score of 7.3 out of 10 on IMDb, which I think, out of the Hallmark films I've seen, it's the highest rated on IMDb. Don't quote me on that. It was directed by Norma Bailey and written by Wesley Bishop and Judd Parkin. And I'm not going to give any spoilers to the plot, but I will talk a little bit about it. So the description from IMDb is as follows. While her life is falling apart, single mom Christine finds a magical family heirloom that leads to love and good fortune during Christmas. To be honest, that description is not very accurate. It's not a magical family heirloom. In fact, there's nothing magical about it in the literal sense. It's kind of a little totem that's used in the film to bring certain characters together, but it doesn't have magical powers. So, it is heartbreaking. The film centres around, as the description said, Christine, who is a single mother to 2 children, played by Bethany Joy Lenz, and for me she was very much the driving force. I thought her performance throughout was brilliant, and we see her struggling to raise her 2 children on her own. Their father is a bit of a word that I can't say on YouTube, and she just goes from one bad situation to another, and she meets this person she keeps bumping into, who is played by John Reardon. She keeps bumping into Jason, and the kids also bump into Jason, but they don't realise that they've all interacted with each other. And she also bumps into Jason's mother, because something happens to her, but she also doesn't know that that's her either. And there are so many characters, there's a very strong sense of dramatic irony, which is always really fun to watch. And that, it's just one thing after another is a massive coincidence, and I guess that's where the description has used the word magical, because they are all kind of brought together because of this necklace. The necklace that she has at the beginning from her mother, the locket. But obviously the reasons don't become clear until the end. And I'm not going to say what the reasons are, I'm not going to say what the ending is, but I will say, don't expect the expected. Yes, there are some cliches in this. Yes, there's a good amount of predictability. But something happens, something is revealed, and I still can't quite wrap my head around it. I did not see it coming. I did not expect it. And I really want to talk about it, so if you've seen the film, please feel free to drop me a message and let me know what you think of that surprise, because it was very unexpected, and I think it just gave the film that little bit extra something that most Christmas films don't seem to offer. I will say the child actors, Jaeda Lily Miller and William Ainscough, brilliant performances and really lovely. But for me, I think my favourites definitely have to be Christine and Jason. Christine, to begin with, was a little bit irritating. No, that's not fair. When she thinks that Jason is somebody else, I didn't really like her attitude. But that quickly diminished, and I began to like her again. She's going through a lot of difficult times. There's the social worker involved, and I think it's something a lot of people will be able to relate to, because she's a great mother, but she's a struggling mother, and the father is a prick. And it's very emotional, because I feel for her. I really like her, for the most part, and I really warmed to her, and I wanted the best for her. And to be honest, if this wasn't a Christmas film, I think her character would have ended her own life very quickly, because things do go very south very quickly. But that would not make for the lightest Christmas film. I honestly have no complaints. If you like films that are very coincidental, this won't be for you. Because as I said, everybody seems to know everybody, but everybody doesn't know that everybody knows everybody. There's so much interweaving going on here, it's insane. But it all wraps up nicely. And again, I won't tell you how it wraps up. But for me personally, I thought it was beautiful, very emotional. I think it's one of Hallmark's longest films. I think it's nearly 2 hours. And it's just, you will well up. But it's so worth it. yeah, the Christmas secret is completely worth the emotions.